Hello YouTube viewers, thank you for tuning into my channel today. And look what I have here. I've been working on a stove which is less than the scale that I usually use because I'm working on a small kitchen. So this is the finished stove, and I'm going to tell you what materials, what items I used to make this. Now, see this piece on the side here? This black piece, this is a clip dispenser. That's all it is. So I had one in a more clear plastic, which is this part. Forget about the base. And so I figured, you know what, that one would be better because you can look inside the oven since it's clear. So I used that one, and what I did, the stove top was a piece of plastic chocolate from toys, and I took some nail polish, gray nail polish, and I painted the whole thing gray. I didn't want it to be brown because it would be too much brown with the kitchen that I'm going to use it in, and I didn't want that. So I painted it in gray, and then the stove burners, I took an earring that didn't have the other earring. So what I did was I snapped those little circles off and I placed them upside down right on the stove there. See? Right there, but I placed them upside down. So those are my burners. Then the little buttons here to turn the stove on and off and all that, that's just a sticker from one of my sticker books. You see, I used the orange one and it works perfect. Then as that handle, I used pieces of those little forks that you buy at the Dollar Tree. I just snapped them and made my piece, and I put the handle on there. Look at that. Then one more piece, the back piece of the stove right there. You see that brown piece? It's supposed to be rubber. Let me show it to you. In the back. See, it has these little holes. Do you know what that is? That's an air freshener from the Dollar Tree. They come like about 4 in a pack, and it might not look like an air freshener to you, but do you see those two pieces right there? Those were the end pieces of that little brown background for the stove, and they were hooked on that little white plastic stick. See? So that was a freshener, an air freshener. So those you can get. Oh, so the rubber thing just comes off from there. So that's how I made that. So I got my little stove. So the stove is done, and since I have the stove here, I just want to show you, which maybe you've seen before, but one time I made a video of that stove and that refrigerator, handmade. All this was handmade. Again, there as the handle, I used these little forks. If it's not the size, you snap them. So, and I used staples back there as the background for the stove. So that was handmade, and the refrigerator, and they are covered in packaging tape, brown packaging tape, and all it was an ugly piece of wood that I took and I converted them into a stove and refrigerator. And look how nice they look now. So anyway, so these are for a future kitchen. But this is the one that I'm going to work in now, in a new kitchen. And I'll be back. I'll be back with the sink too. Thank you for watching.